Welcome, everybody. We are so glad that you've joined us here in the Harvest Kitchen. We are joined today by Ceyda, who will teach us all about making a Turkish nut cookie called Kalburabasti. If you haven't been here with us in the Harvest Kitchen before, we offer online classes, getting people excited about celebrating local foods that can be found here in Northern New York, but also about getting more comfortable and confident in the kitchen. So we've done a range of topics, everything from pickling and fermenting to baking, to using whole meats and grains and vegetables. And we really enjoy sharing cooking skills and the love of food with people. So tonight, as I mentioned, we'll be making the nut cookie. So we better get Ceyda in here so we can learn all about it. Welcome.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you very much.
So we're so glad that you could come to the Harvest Kitchen to share with us today. Tell us what you love about the Kalburabasti.
Actually, this is a really light dessert because basically we will make cookies tonight, not cookies tonight, but at the end we will put syrup on them. So it is a dessert, but pretty light, and it's an interesting recipe because we will use semolina, we will use nuts, and we will give some extra shapes, different shapes. So I am sure that people like this recipe during the holiday season. And another reason what I really like this recipe is really old. It goes back to a few hundred years ago to the Ottomans. I can definitely say that to the magnificent Süleyman's times here. So I really like this fact about this recipe too.
Yeah, I loved hearing the history about it, but I'll admit, I loved seeing the texture. When I read the recipe and I saw that there was a little pocket of nuts hidden inside, I was really excited to see that. It looks delicious.
Yeah, I hope you will like it.
Well, I'll let you dive in. I'll be here to help. I'll let you know if people have questions. You're welcome to type in questions and comments for Ceyda. She'll be happy to answer them, and we'll let you dive in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, William. Hi, everyone. My name is Ceyda Onaran Kartal. I have been in upstate New York for 2 years, and I am originally from Turkey, as Philip mentioned to you. And this is one of my favorite recipes. And I am sure that you will like it too during this holiday season. Okay, we can start with the ingredients. Tonight we will use 3.5 cups of flour. We will use 1/2 cups of semolina. We need 1 teaspoon baking soda. And to activate the baking soda, I will use just a couple drops of lemon juice. And as our wet ingredients, we will need a stick of butter, but it should be at the room temperatures, which is so important to spread the butter equally all around the dough. And we also need to use 1/2 cups of olive oil, 1 egg, and as a nut, tonight we will use walnut for inside and pistachio for the top, but you can use whatever nut you like. In Turkey, walnut is the most preferred one for this recipe, but hazelnut is also common, almond is also common. You can even use coconut, or if you have a nut allergy, you can definitely make the same recipe and the shape without using any nut. Anyway, tonight I will show you all other ways to shape them, and we will definitely practice it together. And for the syrup, we will use 2.5 cups of sugar and 2.5 cups of water. And first, we should start with making our syrup. It is really important because when we get our cookies from the oven, they will be pretty hot, and we need a room temperature syrup to pour it to make the cookies get the syrup soak the syrup perfectly. Okay, let's start with the syrup. Okay, we will mix sugar and water. Yes. What about this one? Okay, let's turn on. By the way, don't forget to turn on your oven to 375 degrees. And I will, okay.
This is a very powerful oven.
This is really powerful, which is amazing. Oh my God. It is perfect for roasting the eggplants or veggies,
Oh,
right?
yes, definitely.
Yeah, the red peppers. Yeah. Okay, just stir a little and then you can leave it alone. When it started to boil, we need to boil it 10 to 15 minutes. But personally, I prefer to boil it for 12 minutes. But first, we need to wait for come to the boiling point. Okay, maybe I can open it a little more. Okay.
Okay, so you've got the syrup on the stove on medium heat and we'll wait for it to boil.
Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, we can start with the wet ingredients first. I like to mix them together with the egg and yogurt first. And don't forget to wash your hands after the egg. I really trust my egg person. I am using local farms and look at how yellow it is. But still, it is better to wash your hands after each touch. Okay. First, a little. This should be at room temperature and should be soft. Actually, it is, I think here is a practical, so they started.
It looks a little firm.
Yeah, a little firm.
You have your work cut out for you.
Yes, anyway, you can do like me. You can use your, fork to make it separate. Anyway. Actually, okay, I will go with this.
So that's your yogurt and your butter mixture into with the egg.
I will also add oil soon. Okay. Yes.
So do you remember the first time that you ate Kalburabasti?
Actually, it is a very popular dessert in Turkey and you can find it easily. Maybe that is why I can't recall when was the first time. Probably when I was too small. But it is also very common to find it in. When I was at high school, I was also eating at the college cafeteria. It is a very also common dessert to find in school cafeterias or factories cafeterias. We have that kind of tradition actually. It is so common to each company or factory has its own cafeteria and everybody eats together. Okay. I recommend you to get a more softer butter to be best result, but I think we will be still okay. I like to mix the semolina with the flour. it first, and then add a teaspoon of baking powder. Pardon, baking soda, not baking powder. It is actually important because at the end result, we want to have a golden brown color. So it will help you. If you use a baking powder, your color will be different. And I am using just a couple drops of lemon juice to activate. Okay. Okay, now.
So we talked about the semolina a little bit, and you actually shared with us a version with and without the semolina. And maybe you'll talk about that a little bit more later, how that affects the texture and.
Yeah, semolina has a kind of granulated texture. So some people like it, some people don't. But in an original recipe is a bit of semolina actually. But in Turkey we also use another recipes without semolina. Their texture is a little different than this version actually, because this version you can definitely feel this semolina's little, granulated,
like grainier first, but it's still soft, but it's has the graininess from the semolina.
Yeah, because we are using syrup, it makes it softer, but semolina also still keep it in a crunchy way. So that is why we like it. Okay, first of all, before getting in with our hands, I recommend you to first start with the spatula. At the end, we need to get a very soft, buttery dough. And this ingredients, we can get 24 to 36 balls or cookies. It totally depends on the size of your balls. You know? If we have a kitchen scale, we can, if you want, we can also show them what is the size of our cookies, you know, the balls.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, if they want. If not.
Yeah, would you say when you make the cookies, do you prefer a smaller or a larger size of a ball?
For me, I prefer smaller ones because I like to eat too.
Ooh, good planning. She's smart.
If I make it bigger, then, you know, if you make it smaller size, I don't know, it was the size of my tummy, so it totally depends. Okay, I think it's ready for us.
So someone just mentioned about the sound. How is the sound for folks? We just had someone mention that the sound changed. Can you hear us okay? Just let us know. Okay, it sounds like your sound just changed.
Oh my God.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah, no, it looks like your mic didn't fall, but I am going to just check on the back and make sure your battery is okay. So just, I'm coming over towards you. Okay. Let me give you, I'm just gonna give you my mic and we're gonna solve that.
Do you want me to? Yeah, sure. Do you want me to remove?
Yes. I will check. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
No. Maybe here. No, this one. Stuck. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
we did it.
Everybody can hear you and they can see your dough.
Okay. This part, this part. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Is it okay right now?
Okay. Will you ask if folks can hear you?
Can hear them?
Will you ask if folks can hear you?
Oh, can you hear me right now? Oh, they cannot hear you. Oh, no. Is it okay?
Yes.
What was the last part they heard? And should
Well,
we
I think
repeat?
we're talking about that soft, buttery, beautiful dough that you have. Yeah, if you want to tell them what you're doing with that dough.
Okay. If you, the temperature of the butter is really important in here. If you have a butter in the room temperature, then you will get the end result much more easily. Normally, it doesn't take that long. Oh, but anyway. And I generally make it in a half size, half of this recipe, because with the help of the recipe, I can get a 12 to 16, and I like to eat it fresh, even if you share with your neighbors, you know, with your family, you know, it is still plenty, because you can eat them.
Ooh, this is a great question. Ceyda, someone's curious, is there any issue with possibly over kneading the dough?
Overeating.
Like kneading it too much? Would that be an
No,
issue?
no, I never heard something.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe because I think everything is okay, but it is a little buttery, right? We are using a one stick and also olive oil, so it can be an issue if you have a kind of.
We have another ingredient question. Folks are curious about the type of yogurt. So were you using a Greek yogurt or a regular yogurt? Or does that even matter?
Yeah, you can use any kind you like. Tonight we used the yogurt that I made. It's a homemade yogurt, and I personally, and in this Harvest Kitchen, I believe we have a yogurt making classes, right?
Well, we better get you in here for the yogurt making class, Ceyda. We have made other fermented things, but we haven't. Well, we did do a mixed cheese class, yes.
Yeah, because last year during the COVID, I remember a yogurt making series or cheese
then
series.
I totally forgot.
Yeah. I totally recommend it because I am making my homemade yogurt since I came to United States. Probably it was like 12, 13 years ago. I came actually 14 years ago, but a couple years later I started to make it. And it is super healthy, way healthier than any grocery bought yogurt. And it is great for your immune system, especially stomach health. So I totally recommend it. And it is pretty easy. For example, this one, I just made it last night. So this morning it was ready. And when it stayed in the refrigerator for a couple days, it became much more thicker. Mm-hmm. So it totally depends what kind of yogurt you like.
Yes, I love making yogurt at home too, and it's really economical.
Yeah, and okay, if you are ready, our dough is ready, look at them. Maybe, is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah, look at them, it is pretty soft.
Oh, very soft.
Yes, and now, actually, kalbur, it is an interesting one, giving the shade. Okay, kalbur means sieve in Turkish, and bastı means press. So actually the name of this dessert coming from the shaping style of it. So I definitely recommend you to use sieve kind of equipment to give the last shape, but you can use any kind of equipment you want. In nowadays, graters are so common in every kitchen, so it is so popular shaping tool in Turkey. But personally, I like using this one. It came with my pizza pan. Actually, I think it is for baking the potatoes with your, pizza. But this tool is a perfect to give the last shape. Okay.
We should just check on the syrup too. Do we need to, are we in good shape?
Yes, it's a good one. It started to boil, but not exactly. Let me.
So we're not at a rolling boil yet, but Christy, thanks for the tip. I only remembered because I got a tip from a viewer.
Okay, I open it.
And then do we want to check the...
Yes, we can set the timer for 12 minutes. Thank you again for the reminder.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah, so we just got it to boiling and we've set the timer for 12 minutes.
Yes.
And then I think Ceyda's also going to check the oven possibly because she added some in the ovens that we get to see come right out.
We still have time, so we are okay. Okay, the shaping time. First, I will start with this one. Then I will go with the grater. Or we can also make a really plain one. If you don't want to give it a shape, you can just use your hands and give your own. Okay, let me.
I love the texture of these cookies, and it sounds like you can make texture with multiple different instruments depending on what you have at home.
Yes, and for this tool, I like to press the ball in my palm first because, for example, let's make it, because if you press it immediately on the tool, then you have that kind of problem. Look at this. Okay, we will put, for example, this one. Okay, look at this. Then your dough will be in it. Can they see?
I'll switch it there. There we go.
So it won't be a good shape. So
will you bring it close up? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, to be on the safe side, I recommend, if you are using that kind of tool, for the grater, it will be safe. But, okay, this can stay. But just press in your hand. And for the last shape, just press a little in here. And personally, I really like to use this kind of whole walnuts because I really like the crunchiness. So if you like, you can go with a ground walnuts, but I really like this one. And these are, okay, for the sealing part, by the way, I don't want to miss this part. Okay, just press and yes, ta-da! It is ready. Okay, I will make one with the grater. Can they see? Here is okay?
Yeah, so it looks like you have a box grater.
And now, first of all, I am using the bigger part. And look at this. For the grater, if you are using the grater, you can just press in here too. It will be safe. And got your walnuts. Okay. And close it. you will get a different texture in here, like this, like a snow balls. And for here, you will get another different texture.
I know, I was racking my brain thinking, what do I have at home that I could use? And I think I actually have like a really big tea strainer that has like for loose tea, but it has a very big mesh. And I thought that might be very nice.
We can also use this one. We have another tool in here. We can also use it. Okay, this is a small part of the grater. Okay, this is the sealing part. By the way, if you are using that kind of whole walnuts, it is okay if you don't seal it appropriately, because they are whole, you will be safe. But if you are using a ground walnuts, then you should be sure that you are sealing it appropriately. Okay, this is another shape.
Oh, you can hold it up. I was on the other.
Yeah, this is the small.
That's a funny one.
But as you can see, I think the best and traditional shape you can get with that kind of tool. What they call it, I think in English it is very similar to the colander.
Honestly, I don't know. So that came with a pizza. I don't know.
But the original, kitchen.
Maybe it is a type of colander.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue with this one. Oh, if you have a nut allergy and if you don't want to use any kind of nuts in it, you can just do like this.
So you mentioned the unfilled version, and I also you mentioned in the recipe as an idea filling it with shredded coconut.
Shredded coconuts, yeah, they can make it definitely if they prefer. Yeah, this is.
Christy is curious, does it matter about this, when you're folding it together, the seam of the dough coming together, would you put that face down or face up? She's baking alongside us at home.
Then they cannot see the tray, right?
They cannot see the tray.
Okay, let's put the tray in here. So sorry. Okay, it is so important. You should be sure that the sealed part is here. Yeah.
So it's face down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at them.
We're so glad that you're baking alongside us at home, and definitely ask any questions at any time.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yeah, it sounds like a cooling rack. That might work as well.
Actually, it came with the pizza pan, and it was saying for the baking, this is your pizza, the Chicago style, and then here you can put your potatoes to bake with it, that kind of tools. But yeah. Okay. How about the timer? I think we still have 4 minutes.
Yep, we have about 5 minutes left for the syrup cooking.
Okay. You can definitely change it. Oh. Okay, let me check the oven again. Okay. Yes, perfect.
Ceyda, would you say, how do these cookies last after you've put the syrup on? Would you eat them right away, or would you be able to have?
No, it is okay for 3 days. The same day and the next day, totally fine. But the other day it started
more firm.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah. But I generally like to eat them with a black tea. I am a coffee drinker. I really like coffee. But for this dessert, I don't know, it's me. I like to eat it with black tea. So I if you want, if you're a tea drinker, I recommend you. I generally like to eat them after the dinner. Okay. And another way, actually, if you are using that kind of, whole walnuts, you can roll them up like this. So this is kind of big. Okay. You can just roll like this,
Well, that's a very cute one. You want to hold that up? I like that one.
You don't need to think about, sealing as a whole because you are using a whole walnut, so it will be still safe. So you can do like this too. Okay. We forgot to use the other tool. Okay, I will make one with another tool. Do you have any idea how many people are baking with us?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how many people are baking with us. I traded emails with a couple people, so I knew a handful of people were.
Yeah. Okay, we can try this tool this time because everyone generally has this at home. Actually, I never tried. I never tried to shape it with this.
Oh, yeah. This is like an experimental journey here with all the things you might have at home.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I like that one.
In Turkey, I know that people are using some kind of silicone kitchen tools to shape them too, But the traditional shape is exactly this, it should be oval and with this shape, but it totally depends on you.
I saw a recipe that used a knife, like cutting the lines across it. I thought that seemed very time consuming.
Time consuming, yes, definitely. And I think you still not getting the perfect final shape like this. So I don't recommend it.
So in terms of the pattern, so it's probably a traditional way of doing it. Is it so that the syrup, it soaks up more syrup? No. Or just beautiful?
Yeah, technically, yes, you can say it. Yeah, but otherwise, it is not a big deal, You can use... it will be okay. Oh, look at this one. I think it is not bad.
Oh, that one looks really nice.
Yeah. Okay, I will make one more. And another issue now, where is my... You may also want to put some kind of oil. Now I don't want to use the word. You can put some kind of oil on your tool if you have a difficulty. It's okay?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Now we can get cooler. Okay, if you have some kind of difficulty to moving your dough in your shaping tool, like it can be a grater, it can be that kind of tool, you can definitely put a little bit oil on them and it will make it easier. So, this is so true. Okay. We can put a little more in here.
Yeah, that is a very soft dough. I guess it's the butter and the oil. It's very easy to work with.
It is really easy to work with. And since here is a little cooler than our home kitchens, it is much more, normally at home it will be way softener actually. But still it is so easy to manage. Look at them. You can easily shape it. Okay, let's move. Oh no. Oh no. It didn't. In this one, I can definitely see that you should
I think your original tool is the best.
The best tool, definitely. I
Very
like
nice.
it best. Okay, let me check the oven. Yeah, I think it is ready right now.
Okay, so you've got a batch that Ceyda popped in right before the class started, so people would get to see all of the parts of the process and pouring the syrup over the finished cookies.
Maybe this one is easier. I brought this tray from Turkey too in my luggage. It is a traditional baklava tray in Turkey. So I generally use it on my, desserts. And this is the end result. And we should put the syrup. Should I put here?
Well, what would you like to do? Do you want me to help with forming the other ones to put in while you do the syrup, or what would you like to do?
First, I want to put the syrup immediately because I already prepared a syrup in advance and it gets cooler. So this is a room temperature syrup, and as you know, this is pretty hot. So we should pour it right now, immediately after we get the cookies out of oven.
So we have hot cookies and room temperature syrup.
Yes, it can be warm too, but not hot, the syrup. Okay, let's put this one.
Yasim is asking how long we bake them, and so we would bake them for 30 to 40 minutes until they're lightly golden at 375.
Yes, and it's definitely change according to your oven. If you have a conventional oven, I am sure it will take less time. And look at them, they immediately got it.
So they're soaking up that syrup.
Soaking, yeah. And some of these parts, maybe it is not even, that is why. Okay. Here is better?
Yeah, I think you could hold it up.
Oh.
Just show it if you can.
Okay, sure. Okay.
There we go.
Here is the last shape. It may take like maybe 30 minutes to soak all, or sometimes 2 hours, but they will soak all of them. Don't worry if they don't soak immediately. And we generally like, with time to time, come and visit your tray, and you can definitely, pour the extra syrup on the bottom, on top of your Kalburabastis. I like its name too, Kalburabasti. It's a really
I love to say the name. I was saying the name wrong until today, but I love saying it both ways.
But because of the English keyboard, in Turkish we have I without dot, and it sounds So that is why.
Yes, I was saying Kalburabasti,
Yes.
and Ceyda let me know Kalburabasti.
Yeah, think about my name. My name is Ceyda, if you want to read it in English, right? But actually Turkish is a phonic language. So the correct pronunciation is Ceyda. So you did great. Yeah. Okay. It already got most of the syrup, but with the time, like maybe in 30 minutes, it will totally soak the whole ones. So yeah, please enjoy. I think we can continue. I don't want it to take their time. So
You're in good shape. Yeah.
It's
6:45, so you're making great time.
Yeah, we can get some of their questions.
Sure.
And then we close and we can finish it later.
Yeah, so just to get a sense of what the cookie should be like, someone was asking, is the end, should it be crunchy or soft? And how do we know if the syrup is all absorbed? So do we want no syrup at the bottom and all be in the...
Sure. Okay. And the texture will be kind of harder, not soft one, because we are also using semolina, and we bake it a long time. So we like a kind of harder, crunchier, but also softer texture because of the syrup. That is why it's an interesting recipe. Yeah, and normally I am waiting to pour the
the pistachios.
I can use this bowl. But now we can pour it now. I recommend you to sprinkle the pistachios maybe 40 minutes later when it's get cooler. But it's also, why? Because I still want to keep its crunchiness. I like it crunchy, all nuts.
So you want instead of the pistachio to absorb the syrup, you want the cookie to absorb the syrup.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yes, that is why I generally put the pistachios maybe 40 minutes later. But today...
So you're going to show us a couple, but usually at home you would wait.
For now we can make it, yeah. And actually, I mentioned beginning of the class to the Philip, but I can mention you too. In here, I don't like pistachios much because look at them. They're kind of yellowish color, not exact green. In my country, we have a city. It's famous for the pistachios, and its name is Gaziantep. And when you go there, you should definitely taste the pistachio. It's pure green and way tastier than these ones, but still we have pistachios, so I am glad.
Yes, if only we could say pistachios were local food here in northern New York, but alas, we cannot.
Yes. Yeah, still we like them. Okay, I think it is enough for this row, right? Philip?
Yeah, those look good.
Yeah. Okay, these are the end results. I hope you will enjoy these cookies during this holiday season. Yeah, how is it?
Yes. Oh, very beautiful.
Yes.
So we will wait. The syrup you can pour the syrup from the pan back over the cookies so it will absorb it all. And then about 40 minutes after, then Ceyda puts the ground pistachios on top.
Yes, definitely. And with the time to time, you can grab your spoon and put these ones, here it could, yeah.
Let us know if you have any other questions about it. We were so glad to show you the process from beginning to end of Kalburabasti. And we really appreciate Ceyda sharing her knowledge of the recipe, but also her excitement in the kitchen.
Thank you. I really appreciate Philip. Yeah. Well, I really enjoy sharing my culture, sharing our recipes, and sharing the taste. My neighbors are also kind of like...
They're lucky.
I like cooking in a small amounts and sharing because I like to eat everything fresh. So last night till... before midnight, I can knock their door.
Well, I definitely, if folks want to give feedback about other classes that they'd like to see in the Harvest Kitchen, we love offering classes of all types of cooking traditions and all types of skills. So if there are other things that you're interested in seeing, we actually have a little short evaluation you can fill out. You could email me anytime at harvestkitchen@cornell.edu. You could reach out on our Facebook page, which you've found. And we just love sharing different foods that people are excited about. We do have another class coming up on December 16th for fruit curds and bars. So Rose Rivezi from Big Spoon Kitchen in Potsdam will join us here in the Harvest Kitchen, and she'll make some fruit curds with some local fruits that she's frozen, and then she'll make a rich shortbread bar, slather the fruit curd on top, and make a delicious dessert, which is also great for gifts and holidays. So that's a lovely one. You're welcome to sign up for that one. We'll do that one on Zoom. So Ceyda was actually our guinea pig. She was a very good sport. This is the first class that we've ever done on Facebook Live. So you can let us know if you like this format. We've always done them on Zoom before, and we tried something new. So let us know if this is something you like. And we also have another panel coming up this Wednesday if you know any farmers or food entrepreneurs. So here at the Extension Learning Farm, we're trying to share knowledge for people all along the food chain, from eaters and gardeners in their gardens and kitchens, all the way to food entrepreneurs and farmers. So let us know if there's any topics that you're particularly excited about. We've got lots and lots of thanks, Ceyda, for people really enjoyed it. They said, thank you so much. We love it.
Thank you. I really appreciate to be here and share our recipes. Thank you very much again.
And then if folks are also interested, I hadn't mentioned it earlier, but here our local foods team here at the Extension Learning Farm actually does a blog called Fruition, where we do everything from gardening tips and tricks to seasonal recipes, all the way to showcases and profiles of local farmers. So if you want to sign up for that, you can at the bit.ly CCE SLC News. We have new content every week, getting people excited about the North Country and the different foods and skills here that abound. So again, thank you so much for joining us for the Turkish nut cookies, Kalburabasti, and let us know if you have any other questions. All right, so you've got a little bit of dough left. I think we're in great shape.
Yeah, did we cut?
I will put up the recipe. Thanks for mentioning that, Erica. So I shared the recipe with anybody if they signed up online ahead of time, but we'll put the recipe up on this Facebook link, and you can find it on our website. We actually have a section of our website where we share seasonal recipes and other food traditions. So we'll put that up there. All right. We're going to say farewell for now.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Philip, again.
Take care, everybody, and happy holidays.